What's Gucci, everybody? It's AJ here again, and today I want to, make the 26th tutorial, the 26th part at least. I think there's been about 30 videos. I want to make this part about strings. What are strings in programming, you may ask? They are words or texts or paragraphs or anything longer than a character. They're basically a great way to convey information to a user or anything. A string is like when I use the puts statement to print out hello world or something of that. That is a string because it is more than a character. A character, as we just learned, is something with single quotes like C or just a single letter or a space or something of that kind. Now, there are ways to use strings in Java. In C. I was using Java today. That we can go over. Now, one way to make a string is obviously you make a string by putting characters, chars, together. And how do you put things together? Well, by using an array. So one way to make a string is to use an array. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make an array of type char, name it string, and I'm going to leave it blank brackets. I'm not sure if I've shown that yet, and I will type this as my first string using double quotes, semicolon, and as you can see, I did not give it a length here, or length, or a size, and this is okay. What the compiler will do is it will measure out what I initialized here. It will measure out each character in each space, and it will make that array that indicated size, so I don't know the size offhand, but I don't have to worry about that. So if I change my string, I don't have to change the size. The array size will automatically change for me thanks to the compiler, which is very nice. Now, this is a string. As you can see, I use double quotes. So this is a char array, and it's just, I can initialize it like this. So I can make a char array equal to a string. Something else that is very important about a char array is that, as you can see, it is treated like an array. So at position 0 is T, at position 1 is H, at position 2 is I, at position 3 is S, at position 4 is a space. You get it. But at the very end, at this last position you see here is, let me make this a size that's manageable here. So I know this should be an array of size 1, 2, 3, 4. It should be an array of size 4. But what I actually want is an array of size 5 if I'm declaring my size. And if I leave it blank, the array will be of size 2. Will be of size 5 as well, is what I meant to say. And this is because the first position is T, the second position is H, the third position is I, and the fourth position is S, but the fifth position is a null terminating character, and C looks for this null terminating character, which is a \0, and what this looks for in the array, this is actually the last position in the array. What the compiler looks for this to know that the string is done, it's terminated, and you have to be aware of this in the array. If I made this size 4, the compiler would not automatically put a terminator indicator in my array, and the compiler, if I printed out the string, it would be an error because it would print the whole array or everything in memory until it reached a null terminating character, which is very bad. So you want to make sure you either have the length of your array, the length of the string, plus 1 for the compiler to add the terminating character, or you do a blank initializer, I like to call it, and the compiler will automatically put it in, and then you don't even have to worry about the length, which is pretty nice. And if you want to print out a string, all you do is %s and type in string. So think of %s like string, and if I print this out, hopefully it prints out this, and boom. And there you go. And I also want to note that in char arrays, if, let's say, I wanted to change this string, I could change it character by character. So let's say I want to do string 0 equals P. Notice I use single quotes because it's just a character, and then I print out the string. boom, I get fizz, I guess, fish, or something like that. But as you can see, I was able to change characters in the string, which is nice. Now, there also is another way to declare strings, and that is through pointers. Pretty cool, huh? That's why we had to learn about array pointers. Now, as you can see, as you've learned, arrays and pointers have a close relationship. So let's say I want to make a pointer of a string. All I need to do is a char pointer, no array, and let's make the string 2, and I'm going to make this equal to, again, a string. Let's call it lollipop. And what's it saying? It's saying, lollipop is not spelled correctly. That is okay. But again, all I have to do is print out string 2. I don't need a dereference symbol or anything. I just put in the variable string 2, and that's kind of and that may be a little bit confusing if you're used to using the dereferencing symbol, but with the strings, you don't need a dereferencing symbol or address symbol, and I can just print this out, lollipop, and I can also print out individual chars of this pointer. I could have done this with the char array, but I thought that was kind of obvious because it was an array. And let's say I want to print out the O, which is in the first position of it. I can just do this, and %C is for printing out individual characters. And boom, control %O. I would like to note out that the characters in the array version can be modified like I showed you up here, but in the pointer version, the string literal cannot be modified. So basically, if I wanted to do what I did here, where I do string 2, 3 equals, let's just do 9, and I tried to run this, I'm going to get some insane error probably. Yeah, when working .exe has stopped working. You just want to cancel if you ever see that, and that's bad. So with pointers, it's a string literal, and you can't change it once it's been initialized. So if you want to possibly change your string, you want to use a char array to initialize your string. But if you don't think your string is going to change, you can use a char array. And don't worry about the terminating character if you're using a pointer for your string. You don't have to worry about the \0 on a char pointer, because that is already taken care of in the relationship between how close pointers and strings are. So I hope you guys got the differences, and you see this, and you remember that you can modify char arrays, but you cannot modify string pointers, such as the string 2 up here, but you can modify this, as you see here. And %S is used to print out a string, and %C is used to print out a character. I hope you guys understand strings now in C, and I hope you have a great day.